Okay, people, this is OG Product 100. If you're doing music, if you're doing your clothing line, anything to do with any form of business, I mean, not anything, but majority to do with business, link me on Instagram and we're going to give you a nice package to promote your brand. Only link me, man, if you're serious.
Hey, yo, it's your boy Benzino, man. Shout out to my guy OG Product, the top crocodile. Let's go.
Man, Sauce Walker, man,
TSF
straight
business, y'all know
from
how it
Texas,
is.
you know what I'm saying?
From Texas to New
Yeah,
York.
you show mad love to New York.
Shout out to Product TV, man. Y'all know what it is. Ooh, TSF business.
I this Bobby mother Schmurder, shout out to Product DVD, man. They out here with the thugs late night. Now I'm fifth with cracks and with it. Pull up and get crack with it. You feel me? Niggas know what's up.
It's your boy OG Product 100. We out here with Pistol Pete.
You
KAR.
already know, Killer Rat in the building, dog in the yard. We out here, you already know, we in the trenches. Product DVD, you already know, it's your boy Pistol, man. Get at me, man. We in the trenches, KAR for life, dog in the yard.
That's a fact. Boom. All right, y'all be safe.
100,000, like 10,000 right now, bro. You heard? $1 million is damn near like the new 100,000. You gotta get your bread right now, bro. Like, it's kind of scary out here. The way this is moving with inflation, the way technology is moving, the way society is moving, it's like that. Like, it's finna be a big separation, bro. I ain't too much into all that other shit, but common sense could tell you. And then if you got eyes, you can see it. And if you're a little smart, you could tell sooner or later. And if you ain't got enough money, you just ain't got enough money. You ain't gonna make it. You heard? It's gonna be like that. You heard? Like, it ain't gonna be no in between. It ain't gonna be no working class.
Us and them.
Exactly. So whatever you need to do, I don't care how you do it, get that bread and stack that as high as the ceiling, my brother. We entering different times and shit like that. Don't be fooled by what you see on the cameras. Don't be fooled by what you see these rappers do. Let them blow the bag. That's what they do. That's entertainment, nigga. You stack yours, my nigga.
Boom, 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 boom. You know what it is, man. It's your boy OG Product. Bring another edition. The Garrison News. You know the schlingo trap now called later. If I got my own nigga schmool as we should. Oh, man, goddamn. Things makes it go, Talk nice, mama. Anyway, man, we out here fooling for don't mind. Pretty touch mind. Blip, bow. Boom, 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 boom. People, trust up. No homo, no freaky up, no homo, no sneaky. So people, if y'all haven't been in tune, right, let me explain to y'all what's going on, right? So recently, Chrissy Lapkin, right? Is it Chrissy Lampkin or Chrissy Lapkin? Anyway, man, Chrissy, let's just say Chrissy. So if you haven't been in tune, man, Chrissy, threw Jim Jones out, her establishment, right? And what I'm hearing that, after she threw out Jim Jones, some of the homies told Jim Jones, like, look, she can't just throw you out your apartment because at the end of the day, they have rules and, excuse me, beloved, they have laws, that cater to Jim Jones after, you've been living somewhere for almost like a year. Basically, they can't just throw you out. They got to take you to court. But one thing Jim Jones didn't understand, he didn't have no clue or any idea that New Jersey laws is different from New York City. In New York City, after you've been living in somebody, establishment for over a year, man, I don't know if it's the squatter law or whatever it's called, but pretty much you're like on lease, man. They can't just evict you. They got to take it to court. But unfortunately, in New Jersey, they don't care if you've been there for 20 years, man. Once they call law enforcement, you have to leave the establishment, especially if you're a man. So unfortunately for Jim Jones found himself right back in the projects, where he first started before they got the record deal, right? And I'm not saying that Jim Jones is broke. I'm not saying that Jim Jones don't got no straight cash. I'm not saying Jim Jones don't got no chicken, but Jim Jones, what I'm hearing from, a few Joel Santana homies that hit me up on Instagram, they saying that Jim Jones is back, catching with one of his homies, man, in the projects. And why? Maybe Jim Jones is trying to save some money because look, if the homies living in the projects, right, and they rent is like $150 a month, plus, free light and gas, that means they can run their AC 24 hours a day, man. They can play their PlayStation 24 hours a day. They can leave the TV on. Everything is a go, right? Jim Jones give the homie probably like $200 and, give him like, BP 93 every day and stuff like that. That's a win for the homie. So, and that's a good move for Jim Jones to get back on his feet. So one thing I respect about Jim Jones, right? Excuse me, beloved. One thing I rate about the elder. One thing I rate about the old school sucker MC. Not because, your girl put you out, man. Jim Jones is not post up in Beverly Hills. Jim Jones is not post up in Galley Wood. No freaky Galley Wood, no homo. Jim Jones is post up in Harlem. Hugging a block like a security guard, beloved. Hugging a block like a New York City camera. Hugging a block like a New York City bike. So I guess, Chrissy had enough, man, of them lonely nights, man. It's raining outside. She don't have nobody to cuddle, man. The only thing she could cuddle is her teddy bear instead of her Lovermon. So I guess after going back and forth with the old school elder, Chrissy had enough and decided she was going to pack homeboy belongings. She was going to pack homeboy garments and send homeboy right back to where, he started. Because at the end of the day, Jim Jones been in a relationship with, excuse me, I was about to say Cricky. He's been in a relationship, man, with Chrissy for almost over 2 decades, man. And, it's supposed to be the homie that proposed, to they lover girl. But unfortunately for Chrissy, it seems like, Chrissy was in desperate mode, man. And she got on her hands and her knees, pause, no freaky, pause, no homo, and proposed to Jim Jones. But unfortunately for that marriage, it never took place, as Chrissy, just looking at herself, man, in the mirror, and slowly but surely, she's starting to age like fine wine. She's starting to age like an old MILF. She's starting to age like an old hag. She's starting to age like a senior citizen. And I don't really think they got no kids, man. So, therefore, if Chrissy want a child, basically, man, she's going to have to adopt one, man, because it seems like Jim Jones don't really have, any thoughts, man, any idea of, getting Chrissy pregnant, because if he did, he would have did it a long time ago. But like I said, extra shouts to Jim Jones, even though, you got evicted, man, you got tossed out your establishment. I see you, homie. You're keeping your head up. You're keeping your chin up. And instead of being, a sore loser, man, I see you out there, trying to educate the young youths. I see you out there dropping jewels, and that's why I rock with you. And plus, like I told you, Jim Jones is one of the homies, man, that's responsible for these young youths, dripping in designer and, showing off their motion, man, because at the end of the day, even though once upon a time, Jim Jones and them was wearing, t-shirts, man, that look like a nightgown, man. T-shirts that look like a wedding dress. But once they decided to get their bop right, they cleaned up nice, man. And they, was the one that, started to make, these New York homies wear, their pants fitted, man. Not those big pants that look like you got on a garbage bag or a parachute, right? So I applaud him for that. But the only thing I don't understand with Jim Jones, being that he's a Harlem dude, right? And Harlem was always about being fly. I don't understand, out of everybody, when you look at Fat Joe, you wouldn't even expect Fat Joe to be like this. You wouldn't even expect, certain people, even the homie 5 Toes Down TV. It's like when you look at these individual, they all using the Clyde's Frazier 5 minutes, dying kit. So basically, instead of them walking around like Uncle Ben, walking around like, Bill Russell, walking around looking like Santa Claus, walking around looking like the Colonel from Kentucky Fried Chicken, they all using the Clyde Frazier 5 minute dye kit. But being that Jim Jones, was a fly dude, I don't understand why homeboy is not using the Clyde Frazier, dye kit, man, because Jim Jones, he's still making good tunes. He's making good music, especially the tune that he just did, Apologizing to Chrissy. That tune shot, sell off, sold out. So for a person that set the trend, bust the play for these young youths to drip, you understand, in designer, I don't understand why Jim Jones don't dye his beard and look more presentable. He dressed like, he's in this generation. Africa's finest to the maximum. But homeboy need to dye his beard. And I guarantee you, Jim Jones is still selling tunes. He will go platinums, man, because he'll fit in. Just like Fat Joe, who you could tell who used, the Clyde Frazier 5-minute dyeing kit. And despite, the stress, man, Jim Jones is going through. That was Jim Jones in the introduction, warning the young youths, warning the young jits. Be very, very careful how you you handle your straight cash, man. Be very careful how you handle your Gus, because times is about to get hard and it's about to get even harder. And that's a dope message, man, for a person who was up, then once back, in the projects where he first started and looking for another way out, man, looking for another ultimatum, to leave the projects. But like I said, shouts to Jim Jones. I rock with you. And this is a message from a triple OG. The only one in the United States of America, abroad and overseas, such as myself. If you truly love Chrissy, fight for your love, man. Show her that you love her and you willing, man, to risk it all. I mean, not really risk it all, you know what I'm saying? But, you're really willing to take a risk, man, to fight for your love. But like I said, what's understood don't have to be explained, man. What's understood, man, I got to chat too much on my gangster. People, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Go in the top pin, comment below. Subscribe to my new channel. This is your boy OG Product, man. Y'all know the Schlingo fool. Y'all know the Schweppes. Never far though, mine. Boom, 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 boom.